Alright, back-to-back recordings for GCW. And I'm recording Revolution's episode right after this too. So, let's get to it. Candido and Godfather open the show, and Candido gets the win with a diving headbutt after interference from Billy Gunn. Car crash match. 77 right here, a good opener with Candido and Godfather showcasing what they can do in the ring. Afterwards, Brian Pillman comes out, he beats down Chris Candido, and then he takes Sunny and brings her with him. So Pillman has stolen Sunny from Chris Candido. 66. Gene Okerlund interviews Dude Love backstage, and Dude Love says that he's never seen Cactus Jack this angry. Taz, you're in for a hard time at Revolution. Gets a 90. Chavo and Ray cut a promo on each other, and Chavo wants a mask versus mask match, or not mask versus match, mask versus title at Revolution. Chavo puts his title, Ray puts his mask, and Rey Mysterio accepts. 64. Got Booker T versus Perry Saturn. Booker T gets the win over Perry Saturn with the Harlem Hangover. This means that Booker T is officially the number one contender to the United States Championship. He will face Chris Benoit for the belts at Revolution. Gets a 90 right here. DDP and Sting cut a backstage promo on facing Showrock at Revolution. Sting also faces the Big Show on Ignition this week, so this gets a 92. Also for a 92, Dustin Rhodes with a backstage promo talks about the Texas Whippers, and he's defeated Shanghai Pierce. He's defeated Tex Slazenger. Now he only needs Adrian Adonis before he can finally face the leader of the Texas Whippers, Bobby Duncombe Jr. Rikishi versus D'Lo Brown in a good match right here. Rikishi hits the Rikishi driver, gets the win. And a 79 for Rikishi and D'Lo is not too bad. I'm happy with that. I was expecting like a 60, but I'm fine with that. 79. I'm ecstatic. Afterwards, we got a bit of a dance segment. Rikishi, Grandmaster Sexay, Scotty 2 Hotty, they dance with Al Snow and D'Lo Brown. Just having some fun. Shawn Michaels and Triple H cut a backstage promo on The Undertaker and Kane. And are we doing it here? I think we got it, right? Yeah, we're making it official here. At Revolution, it's going to be Shawn Michaels and Triple H versus The Undertaker and Kane for the World Tag Team Championships. This gets a 92. Chris Jericho and Owen Hart cut a promo. Seeing that Owen has put Jericho in the sharpshooter and Jericho has put Owen in the lion tamer, they agree to a special stipulation at Revolution. It's going to be a submission match for the Intercontinental Championship. It's a 75. Main event, Satoshi Kojima, Dean Malenko, and Eddie Guerrero are all sent out to see what they can do, and they deliver. Kojima gets the win over Dean and Eddie in 25-13 when Kojima pinned Dean Malenko with the Koji Cutter. Kojima keeps putting in the numbers. He is actually the most popular wrestler in Japan who is also Japanese. Because he's not the most popular Japanese wrestler. He's not the most popular wrestler. I think that's The Rock in Japan. But he's the most popular Japanese wrestler in Japan. So 91 right here. And then we end with the main event. Steve Austin and J.J. Dillon cut a promo, and out comes Jesse Ventura and The Rock, and they introduce the man who will be the special enforcer at ringside for Austin versus Rock. It is none other than Iron Mike Tyson. 82. We get a 90. It was a good show. 1.5. Popularity goes up. Not too much. We still got an episode of Ignition. And it looks like it's a pretty decent episode, actually. So the main event might suffer a little bit. Oh, there's a good tag match. I'm going to be completely honest. I forgot half the stuff I booked in advance. I know where I'm going with it. I don't remember the exact cards. And then I got Rival TV coming up. I got Destiny. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, I'm going to go book Ignition. I'll be right back with the results in just one moment. Second show of today's episode. Let's get right into the December 9th Ignition. And we're starting off on the pre-show, Agia versus Super Colo, and Agia gets the win with a moonsault. This was our high spots match that we needed. And we get a 68 for Agia versus Super Colo. I'm noticing even the undercard guys are delivering in terms of, getting somewhat decent ratings. I'm alright with this. which is good because the brand split's coming up and the talent is separated into 2 rosters, so the undercard might suffer. So 68. Steve Austin opens the show the only way he can, and he talks about Mike Tyson, The Rock, Jesse Ventura, and he also mentions the main event of Fuel next week, which is Steve Austin teaming with Diamond Dallas Page and Sting to face off against The Rock, Big Show, and Ken Shamrock in a 3-on-3 tag match in the main event next week on Fuel. 100. Dustin Rhodes gets a victory over Adrian Adonis, and Dustin pulls through, gets an 80 for this match. So Dustin has the right to face Bobby Duncombe Jr., so this gets an 80. Michael Cole interviews Mankind backstage, and Cole talks about Cactus Jack and his obsession with Taz in the past weeks, and Mankind says he's afraid of Cactus Jack. He's never seen such a wild side. Usually Mankind is the wild one, but right now Cactus is acting like he's crazy. So this gets an 88. Candido is talking to J.J. Dillon backstage, and Candido is frantic. He can't believe that Sunny has been taken by Brian Pillman, and he wants to get her back. And J.J. says there's nothing that he can do because he's just part owner of the company. He doesn't have... It's not like he has a say in what goes around. What goes around here. 72. DX cut a promo, and out comes the Godfather. And Godfather wants a match against one member of DX at Revolution. And if Godfather wins, he gets to take China for himself, to join his whole group. So DX now has to decide who will be facing Godfather at Revolution. 56. Chris Benoit and Booker T get a win over Bradshaw and Farouk when Booker pinned Farouk with the Harlem Hangover, and Benoit carrying this match with a 95 and Booker with a 79, still improving little by little. Gets a 90. These two are opponents on pay-per-view, but they somehow tonight make it work and defeat the future APA. Rey Mysterio cuts a backstage promo and somehow gets an 86. Good job, Rey. He talks about the importance of the mask in Lucha Libre. He talks about how he can't lose at Revolution. He must defeat Chavo, not for the Cruiserweight Championship, but just so he can keep his mask, to make his father proud, and to make his whole family proud, and to make Mexico proud. 86. Michael Cole interviews The Undertaker and Kane backstage. Kane, as usual, doesn't talk, but The Undertaker does the talking. They're talking about, of course, Shawn Michaels and Triple H at Revolution, and next week on Ignition, the go-home Ignition for Revolution, it's going to be Kane versus Shawn Michaels in the middle of the ring. 85. Chris Jericho cuts a backstage promo on Owen Hart, talks about the Intercontinental Championship, what it means to him, and the submission match on pay-per-view, how he's going to beat Owen Hart because he's the best ever. I can't do the ever. 90. And our main event, Sting gets a 79. He's better. I don't know why. Maybe he was rusty. I don't know. Last show he didn't really wrestle that well. But tonight he gets it done. He beats the Big Show, who's still pulling low 70s, which is kind of accurate for this time period. 97, yeah, that's kind of accurate. Probably high 60s. 87. End the show with a 92. And Ignition is not suffering. Ignition is still pulling strong. Canada keeps going up. Japan keeps going up. Mexico's going up. I'm sure Mexico will love that Rey Mysterio promo. I'm sure it did wonderful business over there. And here's Michael Cole, our new interviewer for Ignition. He's going to be staying with Ignition after the brand split. He's going to be staying with Ignition after the brand split, so... And I got Rival TV to book next. So I'll get into Rival TV. I'll book that after I'm done here. And then I'll get to Revolution. I'm going to book Destiny as well. So we'll be back in a short amount of time with the next episode. I believe I'm spacing these out 4 days because I'm posting WCWs in the middle. So if my math is correct, I posted... on June 15th was a GCW. June 19th would be GCW. This one's going to come out on the 23rd, if I'm right. So Revolution should come out on the 27th. That sounds right? 27th of June, something like that. My math is not right, I'm guaranteed. I'm guaranteed that I'm wrong, so we'll pretend that I'm right. It's around that time period. Maybe it's 29th. I don't know. But it's going to come out soon. 4 days after this one. You can guarantee that. Alright, we'll see you guys in the next one. And the next one will be Revolution 9.